Breaking. Marcos grants 10 million Cuban pesos bonus to Alex Eala ahead of Korea Open, stirring debate and pride. It was a humid Thursday morning in Manila when the news broke. One of those mornings when the air seemed to hum with electricity before a storm. Television anchors interrupted regular programming. News tickers blinked in red, and social media exploded in a digital frenzy. Breaking. President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. grants 10 million Cuban pesos bonus to tennis prodigy Alexandra Eala ahead of her Korea Open campaign. Others were furious, questioning, debating, demanding accountability. But for Alex Eala, who was quietly practicing on the sun-drenched courts of Rizal Memorial Stadium, the noise outside was a distant echo. Her eyes were on the ball, her heart on the line, and her dreams sharper than ever. A letter from the palace. Alex was mid-practice when her coach, Carlos, received a phone call that made his usually stoic face break into astonishment. "Alex!" he shouted across the court, waving a folded envelope with a golden seal. "You might want to sit down for this." Sweat trickled down her temple as she walked toward him, still gripping her Wilson racket. The envelope bore the insignia of Malacanang Palace. Her pulse quickened. "From the president?" she asked, incredulous. Carlos nodded, handing it to her. She tore it open with trembling hands and began to read. "On behalf of the Filipino people, it is with great pride that I extend a 10 million Cuban pesos performance and development bonus to Ms. Alexandra Meñiego Eala in recognition of her global achievements and support her upcoming Korea Open campaign. Your victories inspire the youth and uplift our nation's spirit. Continue to serve as a beacon of excellence. Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr." For a moment, Alex couldn't speak. Her hand shook slightly as she folded the letter. The number, Cuban peso 10 million, felt surreal. More than the money, it was the recognition. A nation spotlight suddenly turned on her. Carlos broke the silence. "This changes everything, Alex." She smiled faintly. "Or maybe it changes nothing. I still have to win." The country divided. That afternoon, the Philippine internet became a battlefield of opinions. Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok blazed of voices, some supportive, others scathing. News talk shows invited analysts, economists, and former athletes. Some framed it as a bold investment in sports, while others called it a PR move wrapped in nationalism. But amid the chaos, one thing was certain. Alex Eala had become more than an athlete. She was now a symbol, a lightning rod for pride in politics. Conversations at the dinner table. That night, the Eala family gathered around their modest dining table in Makati. Alex's parents, Mike and Riza, sat beside her younger brother, Miko. The atmosphere was thick with mixed emotions. Mike, her father, spoke first. "Alex, are you sure you're ready for what comes next? This bonus, it's not just money. It's eyes. All on you." Her mother, a former SEA game swimmer, added, "People will judge. They'll question your integrity, your worth. Can you handle that?" Alex looked down at her plate. "Mom, Dad, I didn't ask for this. But if it means more kids pick up a racket because of me, I'll take the noise." Miko grinned. "Hey, they can talk all they want. You're still the best player this country's got." Her mother smiled gently. "Then prove them right." Alex nodded, determination solidifying in her chest. The 10 million Cuban pesos wasn't a gift. It was a challenge, a test of grace under fire, the weight of a nation. In the days that followed, Alex's training sessions became more intense. Each serve carried the weight of national expectation. Each backhand, a response to the critics. Media crews lined up outside the courts, eager for sound bites. "Alex, how do you feel about the bonus? Do you think it's fair? Are you pressured to win the Korea Open now?" She gave the same answer each time. "I play for the flag, not the funds." Still, she couldn't ignore the whispers. Some fans accused her of being favored by the government. Others claimed she was being used as a distraction from political issues. Late one evening, after practice, she sat alone in the bleachers, scrolling through her phone. A tweet caught her eye. "She's not the villain. She's the hope we've been waiting for. Let's not destroy her before she even begins." At Laban Alex. She exhaled deeply. For the first time in days, she smiled. The Korea Open. The Korea Open was held in Seoul, under bright skies and electric anticipation. Banners of Alex Eala hung beside those of Coco Gauff, Jung Chim-won, and Emma Raducanu, giant of the sport. When she stepped onto the court for her first-round match, Filipino flags waved proudly from the stands. Dozens of Filipino overseas workers had taken leave just to see her play. Some held homemade placards reading, "Cuban peso 10M or not, we believe in you. Mabuhay Alex. Play for us. 8. Her opponent was Korea's rising star, Han Nari, known for a powerful forehand and fierce home crowd advantage. The match began under roars and flashes. Alex's first serve hit 191 kilometers per hour. Ace. Her second was a cross-court rally that lasted 22 shots. Winner. The crowd gasped. The critics back home went silent. By the end of the first set, Alex had won 6-3. The second was tighter, but her focus never wavered. She closed at 7-5, clinching victory with a blistering down-the-line shot that painted the baseline like poetry. She looked up to the stands, chest heaving, eyes glistening. Somewhere in the crowd, a Filipino fan shouted, "Para a bayan, Alex." And that was enough. Ripples beyond the court. Her victory sent shockwaves through the Philippines once again. Television anchors now had a different tone. Alex Eala silences critics with dominant Korea Open debut. Even the president released a follow-up statement. Alex's triumph is proof that when we invest in our people, the returns are measurable. Suddenly, what had been branded as political indulgence turned into national inspiration. Schools organized tennis clinics in her name. Sports programs requested increased funding. Young girls from Iloilo to Davao began dreaming not just of winning, but of representing. But behind the celebration, Alex remained grounded. She declined luxury endorsements, instead channeling par. A nation redeemed. Back in Manila, fireworks lit the night sky. The president tweeted, "Congratulations, Alex." The 10 million Cuban pesos was never an expense. It was an investment in hope. Even her critics couldn't argue. From classrooms to canteens, people whispered her name with pride. Weeks later, Alex returned home to a hero's welcome. Crowds lined the airport, waving flags and chanting her name. She stepped onto the tarmac, trophy in hand, eyes shining. As reporters swarmed, she paused, looked at the camera, and said, "To every Filipino who ever doubted if dreams could be funded, yes, they can, but dreams must be earned, shared, and lived with humility. This one isn't mine. It's ours." The cheers that followed could be heard for miles. Epilogue beyond the bonus. Months later, the 10 million Cuban pesos debate faded into history. What remained was a legacy, a spark that reignited Philippine sports. The Eala Youth Foundation built new tennis courts in underserved communities. Government funding for sports tripled. And in one quiet barangay in Davao, a little girl picked up her first racket, whispering, "Someday, I'll be like Alex." Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.